Okay, guys, good morning to you. Let's start our morning MAO right now. We have some great stuff to share you today. So stay tuned until to the last part of the MAO, all right? Okay, let's go. Okay, all right. Today is the 14th of September, 2021. Tuesday, we are Super Tuesday once again, all right? Today, Super Tuesday, I haven't really think of the thing that I want to share with you. So let me see what we can talk about today. All right, good morning to you, Susan, Terry. Wow, Terry, long time no see. David, wow, okay. Ching Hui, and yeah, wow, okay, guys, and Fred. Both of you, I didn't see for a long time. Terry and David. Okay. Now, Jim Cramer warns about September month. Okay, so what is Jim Cramer warning about? Okay, apparently he is bringing in one more guy in, Larry William. And Larry William, obviously, we all know him is a very good technician, a good chartist, and he created a very interesting chart, which I will show you. And you may want to mark this particular date on your calendar. And that date is 17 September. All right, 17 September. That means just another few more days. Okay, I'll talk about this at the very last slide before we go into the chart side. Okay, so stay tuned. Huh? Okay, so is September a scary month that can be predicted? So apparently itself, right, according to Jim Cramer and Larry William, it is possible. And the crazy part of it is that it can actually come to the point of a date. And a date is 17 September. So guys, stay tuned, right? It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, of course, I always start with the day with a joke, right? And then I always do something to do with financial market. And I like this. Okay, I followed your investment advice and lost all my savings in the stock market. Did I mention that past performance is not an indication of future returns? Then how does advice actually work? It only works for the people that give it. I mean, it's something like I'm going to do next or so. So that's why it's harder. Some people do give calls without really thinking through. They just give for the sake of giving. And after that, of course, when things go wrong, they will use this disclaimer, which obviously I'm going to use that too. But you must understand the background and interest of why they advise certain things. So it's something that you must take note of that. So again, for me, it's sort of like a slap in the face, but I still have to tell you this disclaimer as usual. Past performances is not going to be a future indication. All right. So, okay, identify me area once you accepted the above. Okay, now today we know that it's a core CPI data month on month, August. We're looking at 0.3%. And based on what we see the past few months, we can see that the CPI data actually dropped quite a fair bit, right? So the market is thinking like, okay, the CPI is down, means that the inflation is not going up. Well, true. So today, let's hope it stays at 0.3%. If the market goes above 0.3%, then the market will go back to the inflation problem and worry. And then, of course, you will need to maybe no tapering. And then, of course, the market will be happy. But of course, if that continues for a while, the stock market will say, you know what, this is overly done. Maybe we should just take profit. So it's a lot of potential direction the market can go with this data tonight. So remember at 8:30 p.m. Singapore time. Okay, now last night the Dow Jones, incredible. It was basically down 270 points last night. Sorry, the previous night. And yesterday went up by 261 points. So it's as if that whatever happened on Friday is no longer an effect on Monday's market. So what actually leads to the upside? Well, first of all, it was more like a technical rebound because the market was down by 5 days in a row. Second of all, it's all right. There is some recovery on the Nasdaq from the bottom. And most important is that apparently they are saying that because the COVID cases reached a 7-day average, okay, it was about 157,000 cases per day. Oh my goodness. Then now it went down to 136,000. To them, it's like going down, so they're happy with it. So again, I don't really buy it, but never mind. So you can also see that, right? There are people saying that the potential of the Delta virus is going to like have an impact on the Federal Reserve. Hence, therefore, if Federal Reserve is not going to do any tapering, then obviously the technology counters, the epicenter counters will all do well, right? So just take note that on the 21st and 22nd of this month, which is another 1 week exactly, we will have the FOMC meeting. And of course, people are looking for whether any sign of tapering, but I kind of believe that they may just say they will taper, but they will not do anything yet. So I think that will likely be happening. So traders, you can just take note of that. So let's review what happened on yesterday's market through a good recap. Now, Dow Jones, incredibly, was supposed to be down. KSI was red. But instead of going down, the market stays above OP and went all the way up. So went all the way up. Let's take a look what happened. Okay, there you go. All right, so the Dow Jones opens here. It was between the two pivot, right? There's nothing for you to take note. It went up first. It hit the high, and very interestingly, that is a BNB of the day. And after that, straight away, the Dow pulled back. So again, you can see the power of BNB and the power of KSI rate. So you know that the market will be limited to KTR +1 to +2, right? That is something that you must remember because the KSI is the rate. The KSI is rate on the day chart, remember? The day chart KSI was red. So that means the upside will be limited to KTR +1 and KTR +2. And very evidently, the market came down all the way, went below OP. But again, there was no trigger for you to enter, so you can't do much. Then the market recovered from the bottom. Again, there's no trigger. You went back up again to KTR +1. And again, we hit KTR +1. Again, there was nothing for us to do. There's nothing. In fact, no BNB, nothing as well. It was so difficult to get a BNB, in fact. Then after that, the market goes all the way up, and that is where it hit KTR +2. Now that is where things start to show because the pivot 1 happened to be there. Now the pivot 1 was triggered by the Dow Jones, you can see that. Then it followed by a CCYR, and knowing the fact that the color change, the KSI on the day chart is a red KSI, right? So therefore, that is a real sell reason. That was a sell reason, and that's the reason why you can see that the Dow Jones from there dropped all the way down. So you can see it's very important to know where the pivot are and also combine with the KSI of the day chart to give yourself a very good, what do you call info that the market may be pulling down, and indeed it really happened. But of course, to the last 1 hour, the market just pushed all the way up. It seemed that there is some artificial buying because this is a BNB over here. And this BNB is part of the entry bar, so it triggered the KTR +1. So by right, you can enter on this particular bar. And truth be told, you were not disappointed. The market went all the way up. So again, BNB, KTRs, pivots, all these are very well linked to the market. And as long as we follow them, we will be fine. So got it, guys? Pretty cool, right? Yeah, indeed. All right, let's continue. This is the gold market. Now, gold market yesterday came down. KSI was red in color, so we do expect the gold to come down. And when the gold break below pivot 2, by right, below OP, below pivot 2, and KSI is red, we should see some selling. But instead, the market targeted the pivot 2, you can see from here, and then instead of going further, it went recover. So you must understand, if the market recover at the pivot 2 with color change, you have to abide to the rule. So even though the market is below P2, doesn't mean that you have to go down. If the market recovers from P2, you still have to follow through to buy, but you buy cautiously. So let's take a look at what happened on yesterday's market. So first of all, the market came down and then it went below OP, right? So by right, below OP, below pivot 2 should sell. But the thing is this, almost immediately the market reversed from this point, created a BNB at the same point. And of course, the KCX was blinking. Because of all these things itself, right, you should consider to go for a long position. And truth be told, it was a BNB and it was happened to be the day low at that moment itself. That was even a stronger reason to buy. And of course, the gold went up all the way to the to this point here, whereby it didn't go to KTR +1. It did not go, but that was the highest point. And incredibly, the highest point also happened to be a BNB. Don't you realize that whenever you see a BNB, it happened to be near the high or at the high, or at the low or near the low, it really gives you a pre-warning sign. And if you can take advantage of this position and speculate, you probably can make some money out of this. Can you see that? It's pretty cool, right? And then after that, go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong at the OP. But the crazy part is this, it went down. But when it came down this time now, it did not really go below pivot 2. And in fact, it actually reversed course, created another BNB this time. But this BNB is not the day low of the day, but it's a CCRY that triggers the pivot 2. Now this is crucial because again, it shows whenever there's a color change at the pivot, you should be involved. Whether it's CCYR or CCRY, it doesn't matter. You just have to be involved. And after that, if you involve in gold and you buy gold, oh my goodness, look at gold. It shot all the way up to 1798. From the point of entry was about 1788. So $10 upside in a span of less than 2.5 hours. So all these really tell you how effective and how efficient is this entire movement on gold with our TWB system. It's really incredible, don't you find that? This is really insane because everything you learn is actually applicable on the chart, and the thing is that you actually reflect. So that is the reason why I can say this, guys. As long as you follow the rules, concentrate on color change at pivots is one of the better things to do, right? Cool. Now, if you understand what I just proposed to you, please key number 1 right now. I realize that today the comments are coming a bit slow. I'm doing live at the same time, so I can see the comments coming in, but it's kind of like delayed telecast. So not too sure how many of you are able to text me. But again, if you can, if you heard me just now, please key number 1 right now, so I see how much the delay is. All right. Okay. Now let's look at some local and global news right now. Now, data shows that COVID booster shots are not appropriate at this time. US and international scientists concluded. So apparently an expert review scientific evidence has concluded that COVID vaccine booster shot seemingly not really necessary right now. So not too sure why is that so, but they say that it's not. So apparently straight away, the shares of COVID vaccine maker BioNTech straight away down 5%. Okay, so it's like, okay, so it's like, is it for the, we know that of course the booster's not ready, that sales won't be there, share come down, we understand, but can't you realize that there's a bit of like interlink between the booster shot, why must it have and why it shouldn't be there, without feeling itself that's monetary involved. So anyway, the scientists and the health experts are saying that relax, go slow yet, because it's not really necessary. So maybe someone must tell Israel about this. Okay. All right, now House Democrat proposed a raising of capital gain tax to 28.8%. I tell you, this won't go through one. I can tell you this. Although the House Democrat, they hold a very slim margin of difference between the inside there itself, and likely if they all say yes and no one say no in Democrat camp, it will go through. But I can tell you this is right, not everybody will be happy with this. So probably the reason why some of the Fed chiefs are also taking booking their position in the market. So apparently House Democrats says that they are going to do that, but it won't be easy, like I say, because the razor-thin margin between the House and Senate is really crazy. Hence, therefore, it may take a little bit more time. So, but again, it did show this when this news came out, right? The market got a bit of knee-jerk effect, like, a little bit. But after that, the market said, what happened anyway? So that's why the market recovers. So that's why I tell you this. Sometimes, whatever you read the news, you have to be very careful. And because of that, it's all right. Like Litecoin yesterday. Now, Litecoin yesterday spiked up. My friend was texting me, Kel, you buy Litecoin? I say, no, why? I said, my goodness, it went up like crazy. I say, okay, send it to me. Then I saw the Litecoin movement. Well, it was really, really insane. It was incredible. The movement was really spiky. Let's take a look, right? This is how it spiked up. So it was about 185 and it spiked all the way to 230 level. So it's like up by almost 20% in a span of less than 30 minutes. Then after that, very fast, zoom, it came down. Oh my goodness. And then you ended back to the same level where it's open. So that means that it happened to be, apparently there was some news saying that they are, Walmart is going to use Litecoin. And because of that itself, immediately it caused an instant reaction. But Walmart came out and said, no, this is not true. They say that there's a fake press release sent out by Globe News Wire. Okay, says that this is the this Walmart going to do with Litecoin. So I went and take a look itself. Now this entire page is no longer available. You see that? So guys, don't just really, when you look at big news coming out, right? You're going to verify this, go through Google and see whether how many same articles are available, and also check through, okay, that is how real is this, because you're just going to be like, oh, okay, I saw it on the news, it's on the website, and it must be real. I tell you this, that's the reason why a lot of nonsense shit is happening in the market. So basically of that itself, right, Litecoin said that it's actually one of their social media team members was a little bit too eager to share a story, and then after that it became wrong. But of course, when I see this article and they explain this way, it just gave a little room that it maybe there's a possibility. Small, maybe, but maybe not now, you see. All right, so that's what happened. So please make sure when you check on your, whatever you read on internet, please make sure that you check your source properly, because you never know that what is really fake, what is really real, okay? All right. All right, so I have some market information for today, and that's where it gets a bit interesting. Okay, so Santoli says that Monday market notes investors speculate on 4 pullbacks as stocks attempt to fend off a decline. So what's happening is that market is trying to regroup after the 5 days of losses, and as a bounce on old economy cyclical counters, that's why you saw Dow Jones recover. We initially saw the Nasdaq coming down quite a fair bit, then towards the end there was some buying up. Okay, so it says that, right, the S&P 500 had this moving average that he used 50-day moving average is seemingly is like, you know, holding very nicely. So as long as the 50-day moving average doesn't break, to his opinion, the market is going to recover. And of course, the QQQ Nasdaq 100 ETF also saw recovery yesterday after the initial pullback. And of course, there's also people who are still very worried about this September-October market pullback camp, which I'll explain to you shortly during Jim Cramer article. And of course, we all know that this coming Friday, we have the option expiration, which is a quadruple for this expiration. So we need to take note of that. And of course, the last of it is that the market is still thinking that maybe this market is overdone, and given the Democrats' tax proposal earlier I mentioned, it's not going to affect the market. But of course, Tom Lee, our fund manager, says that the ultimate way to play the reopening market is to play onto this. He believes that energy counter will be the better, clever play. And I totally agree with him. I already said that in the last few weeks. I said that if you want to buy anything that you want to keep for longer term, if it's not gold, it will be crude oil. I repeat, if it's not gold, it will be crude oil. Now, why do I say that? Because end of the day is that energy is viewed as a sort of the highest beta version of the epicenter, as people worry about Delta and economic effects, and they kind of sort of this. So he believed that it's not optimistic about energy, and I totally agree with him on this. So because of that itself, right, I told you if the Dow Jones goes up, okay, usually the crude oil will follow through, or the crude oil goes up, the Dow will follow through, and similarly it happened. Occidental Petroleum jumping up 6%, Diamondback Energy up by 3.8%, and Devon Energy up by 2.8%. So basically all the oil counter sectors all went up, and I'm sure crude oil went up too, to about $17 per barrel. So guys, if you're looking to do this, probably crude oil will be a very good counter to watch out for. If any pullback comes in, you can look at focus on this counter: Occidental, Diamondback, and Devon. All right, these three companies, I've been observing them, they're pretty good. So maybe today we'll talk about these counters during our Super Tuesday. All right, now, but of course, while we have fund strat manager Tom Lee is actually very optimistic on the energy, Goldman Sachs says that they are more bullish on tech. Okay, so who are they looking at? So apparently there's a couple of companies that Goldman Sachs is looking at, and they are bullish is because they felt that technology is still going to be the leading sector. Microsoft is their number one in the list. Okay, number one, because they say that there's double-digit top-line growth for Microsoft. Then they also have Salesforce. They say that ServiceNow, Workday. Okay, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Workday. Okay, that's 4 already, right? Not the end yet. Still got 2 more to go, or 3 more to go. Snowflake, Zoom Info. All right, Zoom obviously. So apparently now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just repeat the name again: Microsoft, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Workday, Snowflake, and Zoom Info, or Zoom. All right. So all these counters are what this Goldman Sachs says. For me, is of I think that yes, but not now. I think that Nasdaq has a bit more room to go down, in my opinion. So maybe when they go down a little bit more, then we look at it. And you know, Goldman Sachs, whenever they say something to buy and here and there, it's all right. I mean, maybe long term they'll make money, but short term you'll be very careful. Especially the timing is somehow right. It doesn't make much sense at this very now to go heavy on tech at this point, in my opinion. Now, Jim Cramer is interesting. Now, Jim Cramer, as you know, he's more on a bullish guy. Suddenly, he warns investors about buying positive market opening during this historically weak period. Now, historically weak period means this month, September. All right. So he warns it. This Jim Cramer, by the way. Now, this is from Larry Williams. All right. Larry Williams is a very good technical guy. And of course, if there's going to be like if I'm going to be saying that any Shifu or not, I say Shifu I mean, someone that I learned from, it'll be Larry Williams. So Larry Williams, basically, he's a guy who he's a very big believer on this seasonal pattern. So he basically realized that since 1998 to 2020, to be fair here, right, the last 22 years, if he basically put them, you know, every month's movement, right, put it together, I mean, basically every day, the data of every day, we just collect all the data from the 1998 to down. Mathematically, it seems to be very interesting that September month, the market will be down, and it will be down until October month. And then by October month, at about mid-month, it will start to bottom out. And then after that, the market will recover to all the way to Christmas. Okay, so now the interesting part is this. All right, the interesting part is this. you can see that the chart that he has right now here shows that the market will be sideways and will pull back down to about this period. Now this period is about 2 days, about 15 September. So if you look back in the chart recently, right, the Dow Jones did actually came down like a couple of days, right? So maybe it's really forming this. And from here itself, it seems that from 14, 15 of September, the market will go to 17 September. And of course, we did see the Dow Jones recover yesterday. So is it going to be really happening based on statistic or seasonal pattern? We don't know, but he's mentioning that by 17 September, that is when the market will hit a peak. And of course, the market will fall. So would you buy that? So I don't know, but this is from Larry William. Okay, this is from Larry William. So how many of you buy that? If you buy that, please key the word yes. Okay. So in this case as well, right? Jim Cramer says that we have to take notice of 17 September because that's a quadruple witching, as I mentioned to you. It's an expiring of the option, futures on indices and individual stocks. Okay. And the thing is this, it seemed to be it seemed to be talking about this. So I'm not too sure how you guide it. So he says that if history is any guide, there's a high probability that the market will get hit a meaningful decline at the end of this month, and it could be soggy in the last week. And he believed that after that itself, normally the market will rebound. So he said that maybe now it's not the time to buy, wait for a while. Then after that, buy in October. Usually October is a rough period, but still after that, usually the market will go all the way up according to Santa Claus rally. So what do you think? I don't know. To me, is that I just felt that way that if you just follow the TWB chart, it's easier. But of course, you can just keep yourself mindful on 17 September. If the market really, it's always this Piper story. If you want to follow the other and the market want to make it really happen, who knows? The market may purposely do that just to make it really happen. All right. So watch out for 17 September. All right. This is based on US time, by the way. Okay. All right. Then, of course, this guy called David Roche, he says that the market must brace itself for a great deal of pain coming up. So this is the guy. Okay. He's an investment manager. He says that there's a lot of pain coming in because of the unwinding of the easy monetary policy by the Federal Reserve. Now, I think that we heard a lot of this before. So he says that, right, this is going to be painful for investors. And he mentioned that this dial back on the asset purchase should be done long time ago. He feel that the longer we drag on this, there's going to be more problem for us and things will get worse. And in fact, not only he's saying that, Larry Summers, the former US Treasury Secretary, also said that, right, the current QE has gone on way too long. Okay, airplane flying. Last time I said again, if I see airplane flying, we get very disturbed, but now no, yay, they're defending our country. All right, so that is David Roche. All right, so the thing is this. Okay, we have Larry William, we have people like him, David, we have people like Larry Summers, saying that the market need to be careful. So that I also get influenced by this Larry Williams about seasonal patterns. So I also did my little research, and I also have my own little indicator I call KFC. Remember? Yeah, my KFC charting. So just to do a little rundown on this KFC charting, it seems that it really worked pretty nicely. Because you look at it, right, our KFC on the Dow Jones was back in June 2 months ago. And we have the technical point right here. And you can see that recently it went up, then it pulls back. And once it hit this KFC point, it stopped there. The boys were still buying. And straight away, the market continued its upside. So to me, as long as the market is staying above my KFC point, the Dow should be able to go higher. But of course, if the Dow Jones breaks below this point, then we could see some selling. So I will cover a bit more of KFC later today during our Super Tuesday, and I'll talk about energy sector at the same time. So that is my little topic for today, and I shall show you the KFC for gold, Nasdaq, and Hang Seng. All right. So stay tuned for today's Super Tuesday at 2 p.m. Okay. All right. Okay. So with that is all right. Okay, let's go to the charts. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the flamingo is different this time. Okay, let's look at the chart right now. Okay, so let's go at the China. So hopefully China A50 is it working today? Let me just prepare myself. Here we go. Working? Yeah, it's working. Okay, the China A50 counter. Now yesterday's chart, I will check whether is it refresh properly, because I don't know whether, because we know that there was a long break, but I look at the chart, looks like it looks real. So maybe that we have repaired and updated the charts already. Anyway, FYI now, okay, today the MLP for the China A50 should be here, and that's where we are right now. And the MA30 is somewhere here. So overall itself, the China A50 seems to be showing sign of further upside. Yes, indeed, because why? First of all, here is where it actually stays above it. Then it got supported, and it got supported, and it got supported again. So all this tells you that China A50 now is currently supported by the MA30. Hence, therefore, the upside potential is there. All right, the upside potential is there. Now, being very objective here, even though I'm a bit bearish on the US market at the front, but we have to follow the charts, right? Now, for Hong Kong, we saw a dramatic recovery yesterday. It went all the way down by almost 500 points. And then after that, it recovered all the way. Wow, it's a very strong recovery, and that probably influenced by the Chinese market. So for today, the MLP will be here very tight. It's a doji. I repeat, it's a doji formation. So traders, you have to watch carefully. Today, Hang Seng may make or break today. So watch out for this. At the moment now, the US market is seemingly okay. Okay, Hang Seng has just opened. It has gapped down to 25,802 level, but it gapped down. But remember, there's a doji formation. If you're going to follow through, the opening price will be important. But here, you wanted me to show you the China A50 MA level. Well, that is 15,307. 15,307. Quite far away. So no much concern at the moment. 15,307. Okay. Hang Seng now is trading below MA30 and below MLP. So Hang Seng at the moment now is kind of bearish at this moment right now. But again, still too early to call. Let's see how it goes. Let's look at the China Hang Seng. Sorry, look at the Hang Seng day chart right now. Okay, Hang Seng day chart. Okay, let me just take away this on my powerful two lines. Okay, interesting. Today Hang Seng opening price is actually above pivot 1. I repeat, Hang Seng opening price is above pivot 1. So which means that, and the KSI is green. So with all this tells you that if the market stays above OP, today is a buy. I repeat, if Hang Seng stays above OP, today is a buy. KSI is green in color. So I repeat the third time, if Hang Seng stays above OP, it will be a buy. But of course, it has to be above OP with a CCRY, okay? Okay, very important. And of course, you can see that it's actually touching around the HSL level, seemingly finding a support over here. So with the KSI green, I kind of expect that there'll be some recovery later once the market finds some traction to go up. All right, so traders do kind of take notice of that, okay? All right, so that's Hang Seng for you. Okay, for those students of mine who are trading Hang Seng, just remember to take note of what I just said about Hang Seng to this opening price, because it's above OP and above pivot 1 today. Just take note of that. Okay, let's go to look at the US market right now. Okay, so what happened to the US market? Well, we see a very strong recovery last night as if that nothing had happened compared to the Friday's market. Now, could this be a dead cat rebound? Could this be a recovery? Well, I think that all PTP students remember that if the market closed near the low of the day, next day, if the market stays above OP, generally the market will go up. And I know that some of you have done it. Congratulations, well done. Okay, now today's MLP will be somewhere around here. Today's MLP is somewhere around here. MA30 is on top, MA200 is in the middle, at the bottom, sorry. So because of that, it's all right, the market is in the middle. So it's going to be quite a tough call, whether it's uptrend or downtrend movement. But if you look at MA30 for the short-term trend, as long as the market is below MA30, usually the market will still have some bearishness. So undeniable for today's market itself, I will say that you just have to go slow with the Dow Jones. But of course, as long as it stays above OP, you're safe. As long as it stays above OP, you are generally safe, okay, on the market. Okay. All right. Go. On. Okay, right. So that is the current market movement right now. Okay, that is the Dow Jones. No much movement. Cannot give you any clue because they're all so far away. Weekly chart. Weekly chart wise, we already saw the dramatic sell down in the market. So I decided to keep this this mid short-term trend line temporarily first, because I realized that the high of last week actually basically triggered it and came down, right? So it's become a very important technical point. I'll wait for one more week to see how it goes, but my stand is still the same. The support will be at 34,517. I'm gonna stay there. I'm not gonna change. 34,517 is still gonna be the same support that I saw the weekly chart. And I still stand that if the market really breaks down, then the market could go down to 33,199. But of course, this is not like a tomorrow thingy. It will be a long-term thingy, so it'll wait for the market to really move according to plan. Okay, no problem, Bahia. It's always good to service you guys. Okay, so that's the Dow weekly chart. Let's look at the Dow today. But before that, let's look at Hang Seng. Okay, Hang Seng is still fidgeting around there. Let's go to the 5-minute chart to see clearer. Well, Hang Seng is now still fighting its movement. It's still within the above OP. So in general speaking, as long as the market stays above OP today, and it's going to be a CCRY, I believe that Hang Seng should be able to go and touch a KTR +1 level. All right. So I'm going to say this: if the market stays above OP, Hang Seng still had the possibility to touch KTR +1, and that's 25,884 level. Okay. 25,884 level. All right, so that is my personal take on the Hang Seng. 25,884. So for those who are involved in Hang Seng, you may want to take note of that. 884. Okay. All right, 25,884 target level. Okay, can. The thing is this, you may want to ask, but Kel, isn't that the KSI is green? Yeah, because it's precisely green. That's why if the market stays above OP, right, the probability of it going up to KTR +1 is high. So that's why the bet on will be if it stays above OP, right, it should be able to hit KTR +1 rather easily. So let's see whether does it really manifest accordingly. Okay, all right, let's do the China 50 before we move on to other market. China 50 now is still hanging around at the opening price. So no much clue from China A50 at the point right now. Now Nasdaq is incredible. Nasdaq is beautiful. Now Nasdaq created a doji last night. The Nasdaq created a doji last night. So today the opening price will be very critical for the Nasdaq. The opening price will be very critical. So let's do a bit of recap yesterday, right, on how the Nasdaq recovered. Now you know that yesterday there's MA30 at 15,427. If you do a quick recap of what happened to the Nasdaq last night, you can see that the Nasdaq, beautiful. You know that I really love this MA30, you know, to a certain extent. Look at it. Yesterday it opens here, right? So it went up, came down, went up, came down, and then when it came down here, oh my goodness! Look at the incredible accuracy of this. It touches there, kiss on it beautifully, and went all the way up. Oh my goodness! Now, do you notice a difference there? If you're using the conventional MA method, you will probably be buying somewhere around here because it crossed over the MA30 because you put it into the intraday chart. But if you put yourself in the day chart, it will give you a very specific level, and then if the market goes there, you will know what to do. And because you do that itself, right? If let's say if you believe in the MA30 and you buy here, stop loss put here, this is your risk, your range risk. And of course, if the market stays above it, oh my goodness, look at how many times the market went up. Easily 10 times. So if you risk $100 here, you will make at least 10 times. Oh my goodness. So that's the reason why I say the MA30, you must know how to utilize it to the best advantage so that you can make money out of it. All right. Now, yes, last week we talked about this. Maybe if today got time, we may also talk about this during our Super Tuesday. So today, Super Tuesday will be pretty cool. All right. So stay tuned if you can. All right, anyway, after that, it crashes down below the MA30. Okay, this time around, it went below, so no much thing to say about it. Then it ding dong throughout the MA30. Okay, so you got an idea now? Okay, good. Let's look at the day chart for today. Now, for today's MA30, it will be somewhere around here, okay? That is about 15,438, 15,438. So maybe everybody write down 15,438 is a very important technical point for the Nasdaq 15,438. Okay, take note of that. Nasdaq 15,438. It will be a good price to watch out for this. Traders, actually, you should really consider that because it's kind of nearby. So you can actually consider on this. Okay, 15,438. So what will happen is pretty simple. If the market hit for 15,438 and stabilize there, it could rebound. Okay, simple as that. Now, if the market doesn't, if it really breaks down like what you saw, it may come back down to this point again, 15,328, because that was previously the last BNB. Now, the last BNB on the day chart is all the way here. Wow, that's quite some time ago, right? That means the last BNB was like probably 10th of August. And this is like today, 14th of September. There's no more BNB in between. Interesting. So traders, you may want to take note of this, okay? All right. By the way, don't forget again, today is a doji day. So it could be a very good day to make a lot of money. If I say the market decided to pave way to let you know where it's going to go, okay? All right. So that is the conventional. Let's look at the TWB chart. Now, TWB chart also same thing. Today's opening price is again above pivot 1, but the KSI is red. Okay, so how? And the KSI, the rate is pretty heavy. So the upside can be limited. KTR +1 to +2. But because it's above OP, generally speaking, as long as the market stays above OP with a CCRY, you can consider to go long. But just that because the KSI is green in color, sorry, the KSI is red in color, so the downside limitation is there. The downside limit is actually, the downside is actually there. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so because of that, okay, the KSI is red, so the downside limit, the downside is actually there in the market. Okay, like I'm seeing some movement now in Hang Seng is moving higher, and the Dow is also moving higher. The Nasdaq also moving higher at the same time simultaneously. So, okay, and the Dow has break above the pivot 1. I repeat. Dow has broke above pivot 1, so by right above OP, above pivot 1 is a long, no? For today Dow Jones, I repeat, today's above OP, above pivot 1 by right is a long on the Dow Jones. Okay, so traders watch out for this. But of course, if the market stays above pivot 1, it's good. But if the market doesn't stay above pivot 1 and goes down, then it'll be a color change on the downside, then selling will come in. So, but for now, it's the buying now. I repeat, now it's a buying. And I can see that the Hang Seng is stretching itself higher now. The Hang Seng is stretching itself higher now. And it's seemingly going to test the, KTR +1 level, which is at 25,884. So traders, watch out for that. We are about 4 minutes away from the cash market opening, so likely there may be an upsurge under this. Okay, all right, so that is the Hang Seng. Sorry to deviate. Let's just go back down to the S&P. Now, S&P 500 has also did a very incredible movement. Now, look at it. Now, last night, the S&P, I did tell you, right, 4494 is a very important technical point for S&P. 4494, remember? Those who remember that I say 4494 is a very important level for the S&P. Can you key the word REM? If you remember that S&P 4494 is actually a very important level, please key REM. Now, why is that so? You can take a look yourself, right? Okay, last night, let's do a quick recap. Now you can see this. Oh my goodness, this is really insane, right? The S&P ding dong, and they went up, right? Okay, now watch again. Look at it. Yesterday, the S&P, the moment it traded the 4494 technical point, this is here, 4494, it created 2 BNB. And this 2 BNB apparently is the high of the day. And then it sell off. So again, if you are shorted here, example, your stop loss put here, this will be your range in your trading. And then after that, if the market goes down, wow, you make at least again 10 times. Oh my goodness. Isn't that simple enough for you? But the thing is this, if you use a conventional way, you can only trade somewhere around here because you need the market to go below the conventional chart. Then next bar you shorted, right? So you see the difference is here. So that's the reason why you probably I think it makes a lot of sense to really consider to use the MA30 and MA200, the technical point from the day chart, and replot it onto your chart on the intraday. And that will be even better. The accuracy is so much stronger and so much better. Remember that? So that's why, guys, consider doing this. I really tell you that it will really help you a lot in your trading, and can be very, very sure of that, because we've seen this, done this so many times. Okay, all right. So we got the idea. Okay, good. Now let's now look at the today's S&P and see what numbers it's going to give it to us today. Okay, so today the S&P, the number is kind of pretty nearby, the same number. 4493. Now today S&P number is 4493. Okay, 4493 is the S&P number to watch out for. Now yesterday I thought that the S&P would go down to 4445 so that it will hit the BNB 1x1, but it missed by a couple of points and recovered. So wasted, never mind. So today I'm watching this very closely. 4494 will be the MA 30 level. The MLP for today is somewhere near here, and that's about 4471 level. 4471 level. So watch out for this. Now S&P, if we're going to take, if let's say yesterday was just a dead cat rebound, then the S&P will break below the MLP 4471 to come down. But if let's say yesterday was a bottoming out factor, then of course the market will stay above the MLP and it may challenge the 4493 level. Okay, so traders stand by for all these numbers. All these are very critical, important numbers as a trader. You need to take note of that. Okay, so that's the S&P 500. Let's look at the market again. Hang Seng. Oh, okay. Hang Seng has came up. The high, oh my goodness, the high is 25884. Exactly the number. Oh, ran brave. Okay, it broke already. Congratulations. Yay. Okay, for those who probably trade a 5-minute chart, you just about to enter, right? Because you need to wait for it to finish. But I'm sure that those is M1 trading, they will make money already. So just to check, those who are M1 traders now, how many M1 traders have already made money on Hang Seng? Please key HK right now. If you have made money from Hang Seng, please type HK. Yeah, I want to see how many of you have made money from Hang Seng this morning. Okay, let me see. How many of you have made money from Hang Seng this morning? Okay, well, we have Cheng Kui making money, Anthony making money, Susan also making money. Wow, okay. Anybody else make money today? Okay, we have also Stan. Wow, so many of y'all. Wow, congratulations, guys. Okay, so how many? Let's take a look. We have let me see. We have Cheng Kui, Anthony, Susan, Wei Xiong, Stanley, Judy. Wow, all make money. Congratulations, man. Congrats to all the Hang Seng M1 traders. Okay, so evidently again, we have proven that it is really possible to make money from trading the market as long as you know how to use the rules to your advantage. I've proven it once again, over and over again. So traders, I'm glad that you guys have benefited from this. Okay, so those who are still thinking through, should you be part of us and stuff like that, well, consider to join us. Okay, all right, congratulations to all of you. Well done. Okay, so that's S&P for you guys. Sorry, I forgot S&P type. Oh, my bad. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the S&P 500 now is trading. It is trading slightly above the pivot one. So again, this is a buy call. The only against it is that the KSI happen to be red in color. The KSI is red in color. So there will be some selling effect in the market if I say once it climbs above. But because now it's above pivot one, right? So it's going to be a bit of pull and push factor. So I will say this: if the market stays above pivot one, it's a buy. CCRY is a buy, but the upside will be limited. So the upside will be limited. Then you have to take notice when you go to KTR +1, +2. You must consider to book some profit. Okay. All right. That is a very important thing that you must exercise for today. Okay. Very, very important. All right, traders, got it? Yeah. Okay, so we have covered all the US indices, and let's look at the DAX market. Now DAX, oh my God, look at the brilliance of it. Oh my goodness, look at it. Look at the way the DAX recover and almost, okay, almost. Now aftermath, the MA did touch the high of the day, but that's not correct lah, because we already know that the MA 30 is 15,791 based on what we have already plotted before the market started trading. So actually, maybe I should replot it when the market open, because that's usually what I do. When only the market open, then I replot the chart. But never mind. Let's do a quick recap and see what happened yesterday. Okay, nothing much to, no need to, if I didn't do it, no point to brag about it. Okay, you can see that the market went all the way up and then misses the MA 30 by a fraction, a few points, and then after that, woo, came back down. So it seems that it works. So what happened today? Let's just put it in. So it's not the best representation. Maybe I'll do it again when the market reopen. But nonetheless, it's all right. Today's MA 30 is at 15,785, and this particular level happened to be now the high of yesterday. So it's going to be quite interesting. But what is something that I want you to take note is the BNB here. Look, everybody, this is the BNB over here. Can you see that? And when the market loses the BNB SL, look at it, where it go down. It went down perfectly to the minus 1 times 1 level. It went down to the minus 1 times 1, and then from there it recovers all the way back again. So I told you before, right, when the market hit the minus 1 times 1, usually there's a good chance the market will rebound, especially it's a bullish market, and really, it really happened. So that's why I keep on telling you this. This BNB is so powerful, guys. If you really can remember what I tell you today, remember that whenever you see BNB, you know that probably they got a fortune, you know, your wealth is on the knocking on your door. You just have to really maximize it and make the money. There's a way, there's always AC/DC to buy. Either you buy first and you sell, then you take profit, or you can short the market and buy back later. You know, there's so many ways to make money from this BNB. You just have to believe in it. And it really happens. All right. Once again, proven live once again. Okay, so we have that. So let's look at the Nikkei. Now, Nikkei is really ballistic. All right. Wow. Really incredible. Now, Nikkei has really went up from 27,600, okay, from this day. And that was just only a couple of days ago on 31st of August till today, only 10 trading days. The Nikkei has went up by 3,000 points or more than 10%. In 10 days time, the Nikkei has went up by 10%. Oh my goodness. Now, what is really pushing the market? First of all, confidence is back, okay, because the same PM guy is no longer be there. So market just buy it. And of course, that really makes this PM got no way to pull back his words, because now the market is so happy with that he's not a PM. It's really a very big, you know, slap in the face, but still the market behave in this manner. Hence, therefore, right, there's a lot of QE coming in. So this pushed the market. Now you can see Nikkei has crossed all the technical point that I mentioned. It has also crossed the recent high. You can see that yesterday it crossed before closing slightly lower. So I believe today it will test it again. Today it will test it again. And will it stay there? Well, the last time we see this high was back in February 2021. So the question is the market overly done? Well, based on what I'm seeing in the RSI, I kind of believe that we should see a little bit of pullback in the near term. But because this RSI stays so long at the top of a 70, that means that this is going to be a very bullish market. So any pullback later on itself could present a buying opportunity. I repeat, unless it's dramatic, unless it's a dramatic pullback, right? If not, I suspect that you'll pull back and then go up again, because this is a very telltale sign that the market is very bullish. And normally, market behave like that itself, right? We know that the market will go higher after a pullback. So traders, if you're looking to buy the Nikkei, I don't really advocate you to jump in right now, but if you want, let it pull back first. Then at the lower end, you can buy the Nikkei again. Okay, all right. So consider that. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have that's a Nikkei for you. And of course, if you put Nikkei with a TWB system, you can see the impact and the magic of this. So today's Nikkei is above pivot 1. Color, KSI color is green. So above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY is a buy on the Nikkei. And wait a minute, it's not Nikkei, sorry. Pardon me, sorry. Nikkei, Nikkei is opening price below pivot 2. If we cross above pivot 2, it's a buy on CCRY. KSI is green. So for the Nikkei, You can see that today, yeah, indeed, it came down below. It went up first, no color change, came back down. Oh, sorry, there's color change, in fact. Crossed the pivot 2, went up, then pull back, then he pulled back, got itself supported at the OP again, did a CCRY, and of course, this time around, went back pivot 2 is a buy, and now it's climbing up already. So again and again, it shows that the market is really strong on the Nikkei, and you have to follow the rule, even though it's a pivot 2, below OP is a short, but once it crosses back, the color change, you have to follow it, and if you have followed it, you have made back your money over here. Okay, all right, cool, Nikkei. So we have covered Nikkei, we have covered the indices already. So let's look at the commodity market, which is the precious metal, gold. Okay, now gold yesterday, I remember I tell you 1796 is the MA30 level, 1796. So what did happen on gold yesterday? Let's do a quick recap and you can see for yourself. Gold yesterday, ding dong, throughout the day, went all the way up. And once it reaches this point, which is the 1796 MA30 level, you notice that once it hit there, it stopped there. And then it tries to go higher, but it didn't. And then eventually went below the 1796 level and then came back down. Can you see that? Again, this tells you a lot on how to use the MA30, MA200 the right way, because the right way will pave the way for you, and you can see that it seemingly really worked. All right, so with that understanding right now, everybody take a look. Oh, in a minute, I got some messages coming in again. Okay, so let's see for the today. Well, nothing much has changed. The MA30 is still the same, 1796. MA200 is still the same, 1802. Nothing have changed. MLP is almost identical, 1790. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 days already. 4 days gold has touched the MA30. 4 days in a row, gold basically couldn't go higher. 4 days in a row, the market did a black, white, like a consolidation. So which means that gold most likely will be going into a very big movement soon. I repeat, I'm going to strongly say this again. I'm going to say this. Gold definitely in the near term is going to go into a big movement, either this way or this way. Okay, so 1836 or 1762. Now I don't know which way will it go, so I need to ask you guys. Okay, guys, tell me in your opinion, how many of you choose 1836? How many of you choose 1762? Please key your number right now. Those who choose 1836, please key 1836. Those who choose 1762, please key 1762. Let me see how many of you. There are 47 of you this morning. I want to see the consensus. I want to see where are we in terms of consensus. Oh, Hang Seng has came down to -1 already. Incredible. If you take profit, you'll be hit. Yeah, okay. Very interesting movement in Hang Seng. I'll come to that later again. Okay, let me see. Wow. Okay, like. Okay, Eric chose 1762. Tolming 1762. Aza 1762. Judy 1836. Different. Low Lipian 1836. This Anthony 1836. Susan 1762. Richard 1762, Michael 1762, Jerry 1762, Janet 1762. Wow, okay, so in short, only Anthony, Lo, Judy, yeah, only the 3 of you are looking at the market to go up, while the remaining of you all look to go down. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what's my view? Well, it all depends on today's CPI data. If the CPI data really goes crazy, it means that's like 0.5%, 0.7%, or even 0.8%, then probably we're going to see gold going up to 1836. But if let's say again and again there is no, if the market itself, right, says that okay, there's no much concern, the CPI data is still the same, nothing have changed, then the dollar will strengthen, and then of course what will likely happen? Okay, the gold will go down. So if you ask me chart wise, look at it, it does follow towards the possibility of 1762, my personal opinion also. But again, I would not want to speculate like that, but just only a little consensus here. My MLP for today, as you can see right now, is for 1790. So I'm going to be more objective in terms of sharing, is that if market stays above 1790, going to trigger MLP, and if it goes above OP, I will still look towards to buy up to about 1796, and then maybe 1802. Okay, but if the market goes below MLP, then likelihood I'm going to see 1779 traded. Okay, 1779 is the chocolate bar, and apparently chocolate bar is a very strong one because the last time it had it before, the market rejected it and recovered. So it is a possibility to see this happening. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how many of you will get it right by these 2 days. Let's see what happened. Huh? Okay. All right. Okay, so that's gold. Sorry, let's do Hang Seng first. I see Hang Seng plunging down quite fast. Wow, Hang Seng is coming down quite fast. Wow, 125660 already. Oh my goodness. So it's a doji, but instead of choosing up, it chose down. Okay, it's a doji yesterday, but instead of choosing it up, it chose down. Interesting. Let's look at China first. That's why. See, China pump up and then came down, broke below the MLP. Can you see that? China basically did this. Oh, okay. MLP is here on the China market. It went up first. Wow, it was pump up. You see, it went up so high, pump up so high, and then suddenly reverse course came down. Now, this is not a very nice movement. Normally, a BNB is where you pump up and come down, right? It's not a good sign. It could go down further. So maybe there could be some selling later on. And of course, the MLP is here on a day chart. It has broken it already. So not a very nice sight at the moment. And of course, if the market goes down lower, it will recreate a new BNB today. Now, if the market goes down lower, it could create a new BNB today, and that could actually, excuse me, send the market even lower, right? It could send the market even lower. So traders, you may want to watch out. If the market, if the China A50 create a BNB, you must be very careful because that will bring that may give you an insight of what may happen. Okay. So if let's say the equity market falls, and I did say before, the gold will likely be sacrificed. So I cannot believe that if let's say later on the equity markets have to go down, let's say China go down, Hong Kong go down, then US market also have to taper down, you know, and gold follow through, then maybe we're going to see 1779, and we may even see 1762. All right, so that's my personal take on the gold market. Okay, all right, personal take. Okay. Now, weekly chart wise itself, I still believe and I like the market to go down to this point here. This technical point is about 1778, which is very near to the 1779 target, right? So if the gold can come down to 1778 and this point and stop there and then recover, probably in terms of technical, we could see a temporary recovery. So 1778/1779, this technical level, I think we can consider. Okay, so I can write it down for you. Gold technical level to watch is 1778 and 1779. Okay, this is very nearby, but these are the two technical points to watch out for gold. Okay, let's look at the gold today's chart right now. Doesn't look very nice. Okay, now today's the day chart shows that the market opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. KSI is red, no blue bar. I'm sorry, I mean there's blue bars in the market, and it's seemingly a bit extending it downwards. So red KSI, blue bars around, not a good sign. Really not a good sign. So pretty clear that if the market stays below OP, there could be some selling, and it could bring it down all the way down to 1780 mark. 1780 mark, and that's very near to the 1779 level, right? Yeah, indeed. So all I can say is this: the market stays below OP for gold, and if there's any trigger, then you can look out for potential sell. So just now we saw the gold come down. It did trigger my TSCB, but TSCB is only for PTP students, so you cannot use it for triggering. And it's seemingly showing coming down sign. It shows that the market is kind of weak today. So traders do take note. There's a good chance that the gold may have to come down to 1786 because the day chart KSI is red, right? Going down to KTR -1 is kind of high chance. So I cannot say this, not now, but maybe later today. We may see that the gold coming down to this point here, and that's 1786 range. Okay, 1786 on the gold. All right. Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, so you got it. Okay, silver. Well, silver yesterday did a strong recovery. It's a doji yesterday, but you can see that silver went down all the way to $23.36, and then it recovered to close at $23.71. But it's very clear it's trading below the MA30. It's trading below the Fibonacci figure. So traders, you may need to wait for a while on silver. I said that again. I'll say this again. Silver, maybe let it come down first a bit more to around $23. Sorry. Let silver come down a little bit more to $23 or lower. Then you look to buy if you want to keep. I repeat, let it come down about $23. If you want to buy urgently, you can buy at $23.50 if you want to do that. But I'm waiting at $23 and even $22. I prefer to wait lower because risk-reward ratio, if the lower you buy, if the market go up by 1/4, if it's still not going to be the historical high, you're pretty safe. Because silver historical high is $50. So if you buy at $22, $23, even if flip up one time, right, it's only $46 at best. So it's still within reasonable level. Yeah. So that's why I will rather prefer to buy silver cheaper. Of course, you can buy $22, it'll be better. And of course, you won't tell me, Cal, can we buy $18? $18. Let's see, you see that? $18 can be possible. Anything's possible. There's an up strong wave from between $19 to $22. It's a strong wave up. And of course, there's a big chocolate bar over here. So cannot deny this. If they say suddenly there's a spike down just for the sake of doing it, it may spike down all the way to 19 to 1850. It might spike down. And maybe after the spike down is over, then we can see the ultimate rally. So because of now, a lot of people have been buying silver around this area. So a lot of these bulls are there, and these are all trapped. So if the market right now, you look at it, technically speaking, this should be the very strong support at $22 or $23, right? It's a strong support at $23. So let's say a lot of people put a stop loss over there, the market may trigger it down like this and then go up again. And this is what I personally think might be happening. So if let's say the silver really plunged down because of a sudden flash crash, then this will be a very good time to look to buy silver. So maybe put yourself on call level. Call level means you put a level to buy, but you don't enter, so that when you hit those points, you know what to do. So call level, yeah, I can put at 21, 20, 19, 18, just put there. I mean, it's free. Then if the market do trigger that, instead of freaking out itself, right, you should go in to buy already. This is purely discretional, no charts involved, but risk-reward ratio is worth it. Risk-reward ratio is worth it. Okay, got it? So I'll write it down for you. Silver. Consider to put call level. Call means not trading level. Level to call you, remind you at 22, 20, 19, 18. All right, 1850 to be precise. Okay, right, call level. All right, consider just put it there. Who knows? You never knows. Okay, all right. So for gold, I already talked about that earlier. I already mentioned to you the day chart momentum. Okay, so how about gold? It goes up. If gold goes up above OP, then naturally you challenge the 1794, which is actually the pivot one today. And if you notice this, the pivot one today and this MA30 is really Actually, it's really look exactly the same thing. Sorry, it's not MA30. Sorry, sorry, MA30 at 1796 level. Yeah, so it's pretty very close by, and I think that the market will be really watching this very, very closely. Okay, all right, let's look at crude. Yay, crude oil. See, crude oil has traveled higher. Now it's at $70 per barrel already. Now we noticed that the dollar didn't really move much, but the crude oil is going up. So once again, it tells you that the market is in recovery, maybe. Is the economy recovery? Maybe. Or is it because the market is inflated? Also maybe. So I cannot tell you exactly because I'm not an economist. I don't have data, but I know one thing for sure. The market now is above MA30, it's above MA200. It's going to be very bullish. And based on the chocolate bar, usually will happen. From the way I look at it itself right now, it should be able to come up to here, this point. Yeah, it should be able to reach this point here at $73. So I'm going to stand my confirmation here. As long as the market stays up, $73 is still my target for crude oil. I think that it will be most likely it's going there. Now it's $70.45. That's $2 plus more to go. So traders who want to do that, you can try. Okay, you can try on it. Okay, last one. Where we go? Okay, Nikkei still trading higher now, 30,700. Oh my God, really incredible. Yeah, where's my crude oil? Okay, crude oil today is still pretty decent. We have a KSI jump yesterday, so crude oil is very bullish. And CCRY formation, very nice. And it's between the two pivots. So today, KSI green, most likely it will challenge $71.23. So I repeat myself once again, if the crude oil keep on climbing, obviously CPI, PPI data will go up naturally. And when crude oil price goes up, it will have dampening effect across to a lot of people. So yesterday, I was listening to a radio channel, and they were just saying that, right, crude oil prices goes up itself, it's going to affect a lot of people. Then of course, those companies doing logistics is very happy because now apparently itself, right, one, when we travel, they have these crates and they put their goods, right? Last time itself, right, it's only like, one, what's a boat, for container one, they put that on the brown color thingy. They put all their goods on top of it. There's this one pallet, right? Pallet, right? One pallet. Last time, one pallet itself, right? For travel, one pallet is like only 3,000 renminbi. Now it's went up to 3,000 US dollars. Yeah, pallet, correct. Yeah. Renminbi, 3,000 to now 3,000 US dollars. Is how crazy it is. So all these prices will come down very strong onto consumer. Because example like toys, there's no way. I mean, seriously, it's all right. These are cost this much, but if you're going to cost so much more money to just bring it down to you, so either you'll see lesser toys or the toys price all will increase, and of course no one will buy. The consumer, all the supply will get hit. So that's why now, right, this crude oil prices go higher. It's really going to hit the retail sales very badly. Retail sales, and if retail sales hit badly itself, right, what will happen? Christmas will be bad. Okay, so that's the reason why some people now, a lot of people in China now is going to buy a lot of foodstuffs. They buy a lot of things prepared for Christmas. Yeah, not crazy. They're buying right now because they know the freight cost is going to go up again. All right, the numbers, maybe I'm wrong, but I know it went up by 10 times, or maybe it's actually less, it's more than that. But I know that the whole thing went up by 10 times. Yeah, the freight cost for one pallet. Crazy. All right, really incredible. So that's why now, right, like it or not itself, right, in my opinion, Jerome Powell and friends, they're actually in a very stuck position. Don't know what to do, in my opinion. Okay, all right, so that is that. Let's look at the Bitcoin before we wrap it up for today. Bitcoin, right? Okay, now Bitcoin, I told you, it's still not the time to buy yet. Bitcoin, yesterday did a doji, so today maybe you can see some directional movement. But Bitcoin doji is kind of ready, right. nothing that powerful because it's kind of like, you know, very normal. So I don't really put much emphasis on this, but nonetheless itself, a doji is still a concern to look at it. Now the Bitcoin have been forming itself around 44 to 45,000. My KSI has turned red in color. My blue bar has extended. So I cannot deny this. That is a possibility, in my opinion, that we may see the Bitcoin coming down to here. So I still tell my friends, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can consider at 42,000 to be like a buy limit order, but just play small, because if it goes down further, by right, it will go down to this point here. Hold on. By right, the next level will be here. Yeah, because that's the next chocolate bar, fresh chocolate bar. The next one is here. That's about 40,000. Okay, sorry. The next level will be here, and that's about 34,000. So I will put three numbers for you if you really want to look at numbers. So 42,000, 40,000, and 34,000. Okay, if you want to look at the Bitcoin, these three numbers you can consider to put some limit order lah, if you think that Bitcoin is going to go up. 42, 40, 34. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. And how about the Ethereum? Now, Ethereum, also the same thing. I've been hovering at 3,300 the level. Today is trading above pivot 1. So by right, above OP is a buy. KSI is red, blue bars are there. So again, the dampening effect is there. Okay, so let's see now. If the Ethereum is to go down, because Bitcoin go down, Ethereum should come down. Well, the first chocolate bar that's available will be somewhere near here, 2,800. The next one will be here, yeah, 2,400. Okay, so I'm going to give you two numbers for you to take note. First of all, we are looking at 3016 because that is a KCB level here. Then after the lower down is 2800, and the next one is 2500 level. Okay, so for Ethereum, 3016, 2800, and 2500 for this Ethereum. All right, I'm not comfortable to buy right now because I see the red bar is there for KSI, the blue bars are there. So overall itself, right, it's going to be pretty tough. Oh, okay, BNB for main Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look. Fred, you want me to take a look at Bitcoin, BNB? Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, the very big one, the very big one. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, indeed, the very big one is here, the big Bitcoin. If Bitcoin loses the Bitcoin, apparently, right, the support level here is exactly identical to the 38.2 or the Fibonacci, and it's also very nearby to the MA70 level. So that's why if Bitcoin have any flash crash, that means if let's say Bitcoin really have any incredible movement, meaning if ding dong, then it came down, right? There are two levels to watch out for: 37,000 and 32,000. 32,000 is the 1x1 level. Okay, 32,000. All right, that's 1x1 level, and 37,000 happen to be the Fibonacci 23.6 level. Okay, but the MA30, all this is 42,000. So that's why Bitcoin at 42,000 will be a very strong support here because MA30 is there, BNB is there, everything is there. So if there's going to be any flash crash, then 37,000, 32,000 will be a pretty good, decent level to consider to buy and rebound. Okay, all right. Okay, that will be all for today. I covered everything already. I'm quite sure of that. So later on, Super Tuesday, we'll do some KFC, we do some crude oil, and if you have time, we do some MA. All right. Okay, guys, that will be all for today. Like I say again, I keep my MAO short and simple. Hope you like this sort of MAO arrangement. Till again, I'll see you later at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.